Today I'm going to talk about the various alternatives to our dearly beloved Citi Rewards Instarem Amaze combo and evaluate what are some good replacements for this recently nerfed pairing. Now, the first best alternative is continue using Citi Rewards itself. If you've already collected a bunch of Citi points, trying to stay with this card makes the most sense if you can adapt to the new changes. Remember, in my last video, I mentioned that Citi Rewards itself has not been changed. You can still get 4 miles per dollar on most online transactions except for travel-related merchant category codes and commonly excluded MCCs like e-wallet top-ups. So if you mainly spend online, Instarem Amaze nerf doesn't even affect you that much. Offline, you can also use Citi Rewards at a bunch of clothing stores and departmental stores. Granted, these are probably not many people's common areas of spending, but there are still ways to use Citi Rewards at other offline places, and here are 3 major ways. 1. There are quite a lot of eateries and retail stores that accept Shopback Pay and FavePay, so all you have to do is to add your Citi Rewards card details into these apps and make payment accordingly. This works because in-app payments are considered online transactions, so these apps essentially have converted your offline transactions into online ones, just like how Instarem Amaze does it. Many eateries also have online menus where you can make payments online, and again, this works with Citi Rewards. At Kopitiam Chain and NTUC FairPrice, you can also use the FairPrice app. Note that this wouldn't work with apps like Chris Plus, which can only direct payment to either Apple Pay or Google Pay because in-app purchases made via Apple Pay and Google Pay are specifically excluded by Citi Rewards. 2. Many retail stores also offer buy now pay later apps like Atomi, which should also work to make your transaction online. Note that while the first payment is considered online, you need to trigger subsequent payments manually within the app to make them online transactions. If you just let the app charge to your card on a recurring basis, it tends to become an offline payment which does not get your 4 miles per dollar with Citi Rewards. 3. You can buy vouchers from online retailers and use them offline. Haymax, for instance, sells a bunch of vouchers that you can use at offline places like NTUC FairPrice, IKEA, Best Denki, Pet Lover Center, etc. And as a bonus, you also get extra miles. Shopback also has a variety of vouchers for IKEA, Courts, and even movie theaters that you can get cashback on top of the miles from Citi Rewards. It might not be relevant right now, but previously it was possible to buy e-capital vouchers from places like Woogie, and then you can spend them across the many Capital Land malls we have in Singapore. Giftano does sell them now, but it comes with a hefty 5% service fee. So this is probably not a great option. There are also Shopee merchants selling e-capital vouchers, and you probably have to use promo codes so that they make sense, but I cannot vouch for the trustworthiness or reliability of these merchants, so tread with caution. Subscribe to my Telegram and I'll let you know if I find any place that you can buy e-capital vouchers from that makes sense. If all else fails, I think it is still okay to use your Citi Rewards with Amaze and eat the 1% fee if you use it strategically. When I mean strategically, I mean to use it only when the transaction is larger in size, because remember, the 1% fee has a 50-cent minimum. So don't put your $2 transaction here because 50 cents on $2 is a 25% fee. But if you're buying something that's $50 or up, I think 1% fee is a relatively okay price to pay, provided you're going to use your Citi points efficiently, such as transferring them to airlines outside of Singapore Airlines like Eva Air, because you can book many Singapore Airlines flights for fewer miles using Eva Air miles. I've said this in my previous video, so check that out for more details, and also my website for a guide on Eva Air. I'm in Europe now using my Mari credit card because it can give me up to 4.5% cashback. After netting off forex fees compared to the zero FX cards, this is a better reward. I still can enjoy additional up to 1.5% cashback on my foreign spending. In fact, even after the fees, this is possibly the best cashback you can get for your overseas spend. On top of this, the Mari credit card gives unlimited 3% Shopee coins when you shop on Shopee, and this is great for small and big purchases alike because there's no minimum spend required or any cap to the coins you can earn. In Singapore, you can also get 1.7% cashback without any category requirement or minimum spend. Sign up with my link now to get a bonus 10% cashback when you spend $300 within the first 30 days from card approval. Check out the link in my description box for more details. Okay, but if you really have to break up with Citi Rewards, UOB has 3 4 miles per dollar cards that are the obvious replacements, so let's take a closer look at each. The first is UOB Preferred Platinum Visa, which is perhaps the closest to Citi Rewards with Amaze. Let's start with the similarities. It offers 4 miles per dollar without a minimum spend, and you just need to add this card to your phone and make payment anywhere that accepts contactless payments. It is a very easy combo to use, and you can earn a maximum of 4,440 miles per month on this card, which is on $1,110 of spend. The points are also credited as soon as your transaction posts, which is just a few days later, very similar to Citi Rewards. So for people who are looking for a convenient way to earn 4 miles per dollar everywhere, this is a good card to pick. There are some important differences. The first is that UOB Preferred Platinum Visa is technically a 20 miles per $5 card because it gives its points on $5 blocks, rounded down. So for a $9 transaction, you get 20 miles because the transaction is rounded down to the first $5. 20 miles for a $9 transaction is just 2.22 miles per dollar. If you spend $4.99 in a single transaction, you get 0 miles. Now this isn't too bad if your spend is larger, because at $999 you get 3,980 miles instead of the 3,996 miles. And this works out to be about 3.98 miles per dollar, which is negligibly lower than 4 miles per dollar. The second difference is that UOB Preferred Platinum Visa is not as liberal in awarding 4 miles per dollar on online spend like Citi Rewards is. Only selected merchant category codes can get the card's 4 miles per dollar, so you have to be mindful of this. The third difference is that UOB points are a lot less versatile than Citi Rewards points. They can currently only be converted to airline miles with Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific, while Citi points can go to those and more, including Eva Air, which again gives good redemption prices. One more difference I can think of is actually positive, and that is that UOB cards like UOB Preferred Platinum Visa can get bonus cashback at UOB dollar merchants on top of the 4 miles per dollar. Previously, the cashback was given instead of the miles, but now UOB cardholders can enjoy both. So for those who want a fast-free 4 miles per dollar anywhere card, UOB Preferred Platinum Visa is a good option unless your transactions are very small. Personally, I think you can supplement this card with the UOB Ladies card, which can also give 4 miles per dollar on your selected category. If you find that your smaller under $5 spends are often dining related, like perhaps you keep buying Old Chunky or something, UOB Ladies card comes in handy. Contrary to popular belief, UOB Ladies card is actually not affected by the $5 blocks significantly because of how it awards points. For a $5 transaction, UOB Ladies gives 1 uni dollar or 2 miles first, which is 0.4 miles per dollar. It then gives a bonus 9 uni dollars or 18 miles on that $5 after the end of the statement month. For a $4.92 transaction, UOB Ladies will give 0 miles up front, and then at the end of the statement month, it will then add up all the transactions within the statement month and award points accordingly. For example, if you spend 100 transactions of $4.92 each, you will have spent $492 within that statement. UOB Ladies will round this down once to $490, giving you 1,764 miles, and this is 3.58 miles per dollar spent, and this is a rather extreme case where you spend everything on under $5 transactions. UOB Ladies card is of course also an attractive option because spends made here can count towards UOB One savings account bonus interest. A single category, however, may be quite restrictive, and to unlock 2 categories, you do need to get your UOB Ladies Solitaire card, which is for those with at least $120,000 annual income. One last 4 miles per dollar UOB card to look at would be UOB Visa Signature. This card is very similar to UOB Preferred Platinum Visa, and you can use PayWave anywhere to get 4 miles per dollar, but you need to reach at least $1,000 within the statement month to unlock this earn rate. The card also has a bigger $2,000 per month capacity or a limit of 8,000 miles per month, so this may be more suitable for bigger spenders. Like UOB Preferred Platinum Visa, it shares the same downsides like limited airline choice, the same advantage of UOB dollar merchants, but it's not affected by $5 blocks that much because it is similar to UOB Ladies in the awarding of points. The good thing about these UOB cards is that the points all pool together, so you can have all 3 and use them appropriately when the situation calls for it. The downside is that they aren't perfect replacements for the once incredible Citi Rewards Instarem Amaze pairing, but such is life. While again not the most suitable for many, another possible contender is DBS U card. I've said before that it is actually pretty okay to use this card even if not all your spend are on U merchants. Since the earn rate is very high at 10 miles per dollar on selected merchants, if you can just spend 50% of the $600 minimum spend on things like Foodpanda, Giant, Singtel, etc., and the other 50% on non-U partners, you still get a very respectable 5 miles per dollar earn rate. So it's really something you can look at, provided you can meet at least $300 of spend per month on U merchants. Beyond these cards, I think the nerve of such a good miles strategy is also a timely reminder not to be too obsessed with miles cards. Miles are simply another form of currency, and if cashback provides better value, it is entirely possible to go cashback and then buy miles with cashback anyway. Right, so I'll elaborate more on this and my overall card strategy very soon. So stay subscribed for more updates and check out this video so you know which priority pass lounge to visit on your next trip. So see you in that video.